So guys, welcome to Strides, and here we are with the new topic, and that is remainder and factor theorem, which is a part of the chapter polynomial. We have done topic related to it previously also, in which I explained the meaning of polynomial and how the polynomials are categorized and how many roots does a polynomial have according to its degrees. Now here we are with the remainder and factor theorem. Now remainder theorem, what does it mean? Now when we divide a number by other, then either the number divides completely or there is some remainder left. For example, if I divide 12 by 5, there is a remainder left 2, and if I divide 12 by 4, then there is no remainder left. In the first case, we say that this particular, when 12 is divided by 5, that means we say that 5 is not the factor of 12. Okay, and in the second case, when the remainder is 0, we say that 4 is the factor of 12. The same thing happens in polynomials also. Now in polynomials, there is a theorem, remainder theorem, which helps us in finding out the remainder without actually dividing the number, dividing the two polynomials. That is why we are studying about the remainder theorem and factor theorem here. They both are correlated here, but the only thing is the words are a bit twisted there. As I said just now, that when it divides completely, we say that it is a factor, and when not, then we say that it is not a factor. Now in case of polynomials, the division stops. What happens in normal division of the whole numbers? The division stops where the divisor is greater than the remainder. In the same way, in polynomials also, the division stops where the degree of the divisor is greater than the degree of the dividend. Okay, it continues till the degree is equal to or greater than the degree of the divisor, otherwise it stops there. So here the remainder theorem, how does it work? Let us see, but first let us divide this polynomial by first gx, the polynomial fx by first gx, and then we will divide it by px. Now here, starting with the division, the polynomial is x cube minus 2x square minus 5x plus 6. We are supposed to divide it by x plus 1. Now, what should I multiply to x to get x cube? That is x square. So, x into x square gives me x cube, and 1 into x square gives me 1x square plus x square. 1x square or x square, it gives the same meaning. Now since the sign changes, so here negative, here also negative, this cancels, positive negative cancels, negative and negative both are added now. So 2x square plus x square gives me minus 3x square, minus 5x plus 6 comes down. Now what should I multiply to x to get minus 3x square? So I should multiply minus 3 and one more x I need, so x here. So x into minus 3x gives me minus 3x square, and 1 into minus 3x gives me minus 3x. Okay, sign changes, this changes into positive, this also changes into positive. So here both these cancels because negative positive, and here these are negative and positive, but the terms are different. So we'll do subtraction and the greater sign comes in the answer. So the greater sign is minus. Okay, so minus 2x comes in the answer, and here we are having plus 6. Now what should I multiply to x to get minus 2x? So I take minus 2. Okay, so x into minus 2 gives me minus 2x, and 1 into minus 2 gives me minus 2. Okay, now sign changes here, it cancels, and 6 plus 2 gives me 8. So what is the remainder here? 8. Okay, now remainder theorem says that without doing this actual division, we can find out the remainder of a remainder when fx is divided by gx. Remainder theorem says that if fx is divided by gx, then, and in case when this polynomial is a linear polynomial, then remainder is always, the remainder what I say is always equal to the function of this constant value. Okay, so here what I mean to say is, when fx is divided by gx, fx divided by gx, then the remainder will always be equal to the function of whatever is the value. Now here it should be made clear, let me write that, then that what is the value of gx, and gx is equal to x plus a. I'll just take this thing variable in place of that constant. The gx is equal to x plus a, that means gx is a linear polynomial. Then in that case the remainder will always be the function of a. Okay, so instead of doing this whole calculation, if I substitute the value of this a in this polynomial, then I can directly get the remainder. Let us see that. Now to find out the remainder, what I do is function of a, that means what is the value of a here? -1. It will be -1. Gx is equal to x plus 1. So x is equal to, let us do it here, gx is equal to x plus 1. Therefore, what do I get? X is equal to -1. This x goes on the other, sorry, 1 goes on the other side and changes into negative. So here the remainder, what will be the remainder? Remainder will be function of -1. So I substitute this value in this polynomial. Okay, x cube, that means -1 cube. Okay, now minus 2x square, that means minus x square, that means 1 square. It will be 1 square, and minus 5x, so minus 5 into 1 and plus 6. Okay, so what do I get here? The cube of -1 is -1, minus 2 into +1, because -1 into -1 gives me +1, so -2, here -5, and here I am having sorry, this change, yes, plus 6. So what is my answer here? So I think there is a glitch here, something wrong here. So because this is +6 and -5 into minus, okay, -5, and here I wrote +1, it is -1, sorry, so it will be +1 here. So -5, sorry, 5 plus 6 gives me 11, and 11 minus 3 gives me 8. So I have got the remainder 8 here. Without doing such a big calculation, I have directly got the value of the remainder, and that is 8. So what does the remainder theorem say? That if a polynomial is divided by a linear polynomial, then the remainder is always equal to the function of the constant, whatever is the constant value there. So I just need to substitute the value of that constant in the polynomial, and it will give me the remainder. Now coming to the factor theorem. Factor theorem just says that yes, the remainder is the function of a, but this thing also says that the factor theorem also says that if remainder is equal to 0, then that implies that this polynomial px is the factor of fx. The only thing that is added in the remainder factor theorem is that if this r is equal to 0, that means that if this function of a is equal to, it comes as equal to 0, then it implies that this px is the factor of fx. Now let us do here this thing. First we divide this number, x cube minus 2x square minus 5x plus 6, and let us see whether it is the factor or not. So dividing it, what do we get? X into x square, I get x cube, and minus 1 into x square, I get minus x square. Okay, so here this cancels, and here I have got minus 2 and plus x square, that is equal to only minus x square, minus 5x plus 6. Okay, so here minus x square, I need minus x square, so what should I multiply to x to get x square? So I will multiply here only x, and that will be negative x, so minus x, so minus x square, and minus 1 into x gives me positive x. Okay, now this cancels, negative positive and negative here. So what do I get here? Minus 5x and minus x minus 6x and plus 6. Now I need minus 6x. So x into minus 6 gives me minus 6x, and minus 1 into minus 6 gives me positive 6. So this cancels, and here I have got, this also cancels, and I have got the remainder as equal to 0. Now remainder is equal to 0 here, that means x minus 1 is the factor of x of this polynomial. Okay, now how does the factor theorem works here? That it says that if fx is divided by px, if fx is divided by px, then px is the factor of fx. Okay, now here again we should make it clear where px is equal to, what is px? X minus a I am taking. Okay, px is equal to x minus, where px is equal to x minus a. Px is the factor of fx if function of this a is equal to 0. If it comes as equal to 0, again we are substituting the value like this only in the given polynomial, and if it comes as equal to 0, then the px is the factor of fx. Okay, now let us see whether it comes as equal to 0 or not. So we will substitute the value. Here we are having x is equal to, what we are having? X minus 1. The px is x minus 1. So x minus 1 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 1 I have got. So here function of 1 is equal to x cube, that means 1 cube, minus 2 x square, 1 square, minus 5 into 1 plus 6. Now 1 cube is 1 only, 2 ones are 2 I have got, 5 ones are 5 I have got, and plus 6. So here 1 plus 6 is equal to 7, and minus 2 and minus 5 minus 7 is equal to 0. This proves that this px is the factor of fx, because this function of 1 is coming as equal to 0. So the remainder theorem says that if fx is divided by gx, where gx is a linear polynomial x plus a, then the remainder is always the function of this a. That means the value of a when substituted in place of x gives us the remainder, and when this function of a comes as equal to 0, then that implies that the linear polynomial is the factor of the given polynomial. Okay, now let us solve a few questions related to it. Okay, now so let us see a few examples. Find the remainder when x cube minus ax square plus 6x minus a is divided by x minus a. Now when it is divided by, so here we are supposed to use the factor theorem, remainder theorem. We are supposed to find out the remainder. So what will be the remainder? The remainder will be equal to the x minus a. We will take as remainder is equal to x minus a. That means the function of a. When we, let us take first as a function of x, what we are given the function of x, and that is x cube minus ax square plus 6x minus a. This we are given, and what we are given, we are supposed to find out the remainder when it is divided by x minus a. So when it is divided by x minus a, then what will be the remainder? The function of a, because we can do this in rough column. X minus a will be equal to 0, so x is equal to a. The remainder is equal to function of a. Okay, so here is equal to x. In place of x I am going to substitute a everywhere. A cube minus a into a square plus 6 into a minus a. Okay, you can also write the statement here that when fx is this and it is being divided by x minus a, so remainder is equal to function of a. You can also write that divided by, you can divided by x minus a, therefore remainder is equal to function of a. Then we can start with it. Now here, opening the bracket, x cube minus a into a square, a cube plus 6 into a minus a. Now these two cancel. 6a minus a gives me 5a. So the remainder is equal to 5a when this polynomial is divided by x minus a. Okay, let's see the next question. When x cube minus ax square plus 11x minus 6 is divided by x minus 4, the remainder is 6. Now we are already given the remainder as equal to 6, and we are supposed to find out the value of a. First of all, when this polynomial fx is equal to x cube minus ax square plus 11x minus 6. Okay, it is divided by, what is the divisor here? X minus 4. So divisor is divisor is equal to x minus 4. Therefore, remainder, the remainder will be r is equal to function of 4, because this 4 will change into positive when it goes on the other side. So remainder is equal to function of 4. Now that remainder is also already given us as equal to 6. So function of 4 that is given to us as equal to 6. Okay, now function of 4 is also equal to x cube minus ax square plus 11x minus 6. So in I can substitute this function of 4 by 6 because I am given as the remainder is 6. So I'll just substitute here 6, and now I will substitute this 4 in place of x here. Okay, so 4 cube minus a into 4 square plus 11 into 4 minus 6. Okay, now doing the further calculations, 6 is equal to 4 4s are 16, 16 4s are 64, minus 4 4s are 16 into a gives me 16a, and here 11 into 4 gives me 44 and minus 6. Now this 16a is an unlike term, this I will take on this side and 6 will go on the other side. So 16a is equal to now 64 plus 44, and this 6 also comes on the other side, so it is also minus 6. So 64 plus 44 gives me 8 and 108. Okay, and this 6 when it comes on this side it also changes into negative, so minus 6 and minus 6 gives me minus 12. So 108 minus 12 gives me 8 minus 12 6, and 9 minus 1 9. 10 minus 1 gives me 9. 16a is equal to 96. So a is equal to 96 upon 16, and that is equal to 6. So the value of a will be equal to 6 when we are given that this particular expression when divided by this expression, this linear equation, and the remainder is given as equal to 6. So first we will say, just write that the remainder will be the function of 4, that means the constant in the linear polynomial, and then we already know that the remainder will be equal to 6, then we will substitute this 6 here and then find out the value of a. Okay, now let us see the next question. So here let us see the next one, and that is, without actual division prove that x raised to the power 4 minus 5x cube plus 7x square minus 5x plus 6 is exactly divisible by x square minus 5x plus 6. Now here we are given a quadratic polynomial. Now quadratic polynomial, now the condition we saw was with in case of linear polynomial only. Now we can use it for quadratic polynomial also if we remember some rules of divisibility. Now if you remember, then we have studied it previously that a number which is divisible by 2 and 3 is also divisible by 6, isn't it? The same thing we will take here, that we are supposed to prove that this polynomial is divisible by this polynomial. Then what we are supposed to do is, we will first factorize this polynomial by using the splitting the middle term that we have already done in class 8. So first we take the polynomial x square starting with x square minus 5x plus 6. Now if we factorize this polynomial, then we are supposed to find the factors of 6 which give the sum or difference as equal to 5. So here what are those two numbers? 3 2s are 6. So x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. Okay, so here I just group it and you already know the method here. So we get the two factors as x minus 3 and x minus 2. So first we will divide this, we will find the remainder through the by taking x minus 3 as the divisor. Then we will find out the remainder by taking x minus 2 as the factor. If in both the cases the remainder comes as equal to 0, then in that case this polynomial is the factor of the given polynomial. Now remainder, finding the remainder when fx divided by x minus 3 remainder is equal to what will be the remainder? It will be the function of 3 here. Okay, now remainder is equal to function of 3. So function of 3, I won't write the polynomial again and again, I'll just substitute the value there. Function of 3 is equal to x raised to the power 4, that means 3 raised to the power 4, minus 5x cube, that means minus 5 into 3 raised to the power 3, and plus 7 into x raised to the power 2, that means 3 raised to the power 2, minus 5 into x, that means 3, and plus 6. I have substituted the value of x as 3 everywhere wherever the x lie. Okay, so here 3 raised to the power 4, 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, and 27 3s are 81. Okay, so here we get 81 minus 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, and 27 multiplied by 5 we are supposed to do. So 5 7s are 35, and 5 2s are 10, plus 3 135, plus 3 3s are 9, and 9 7s are 63, minus 5 3s are 15, plus 6. Okay, now taking the negative terms together, these two are negative terms and these three are positive terms. So here 1 plus 3 4, 4 plus 6 10, 1 carry up, 1 plus 8 9, 9 plus 6 15, only 15, 150 we are getting. Okay, 135 and 15 gives us 150. So here we have got 0. This implies that f function of 3 or x minus 3 is the factor of given polynomial fx. Okay, now taking the another thing, that means x minus 2. Okay, now when fx is divided by x minus 2, remainder is equal to function of 2. So let us see what is the function of 2. Okay, now function of 2, again substituting the value of 2 here everywhere, 2 raised to the power 4 minus 5 into x, that means 2 raised to the power 3 plus 7 into 2 raised to the power 2 minus 5 into 2 plus 6. Okay, 2 raised to the power 4 gives us 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, and 8 2s are 16. 16 minus 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, and 8 5s are 40, plus 2 2s are 4, and 4 7s are 28, minus 5 2s are 10, plus 6. These two are negative terms, others are positive, so just adding them. 6 plus 8 gives me 14, 14 plus 6 gives me 20. Now 2 plus 1 gives me 3, and 3 plus 2 gives me 5, 50. Minus 40 and minus 10 gives me minus 50, so here also we are having 0. This implies that as f3 was a factor, that means now f2, function of 2 or x minus 2 is the factor of fx. Okay, so this implies from 1 and 2 what do we get? That x square minus 5x plus 6 is a factor of the given polynomial of fx. I hope it is very much clear to you. Okay, now only the last question is left, so let us just go through it. So let us see the last question. If both x minus 2 and x minus 1 upon 2 are the factors of px square plus 5x plus r, then show that p is equal to r. Now first we will start with when x minus 2 is the factor. When x minus 2 is the factor, what do we do? X is equal to 2, the function of 2. Okay, function of 2 is equal to, in place of x everywhere I will substitute 2. So is equal to p 2 square. Okay, plus 5 into 2. Okay, 5x, so 5 into r will remain as it is. Now solving this, what do we get? Function of 2. Now both are the factors. It is given that both are the factors. In that case, what will they take in place of f2? 0. The remainder is 0, that means. Okay, so 0 is equal to 2 2s are 4, 4p plus 10 plus r. Okay, let us leave it here only. Now when x minus 1 upon 2 is the factor, in that case function of 1 upon 2 is equal to, again I will substitute the value of x as equal to 1 upon 2 there. Okay, so taking it 1 upon 2, what do I get? P 1 upon 2 square plus 5 into 1 upon 2 plus r. So 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 2 I get p upon 4 plus 5 upon 2 plus r. Okay, so here p upon 4, now this is also equal to 0 because this is also the factor. Now equation 1 and 2 we can equate both of them. Why? Because they are both equal to 0. But before that we'll just simplify this equation. We'll just take this LCM here. So what do we get? 0 is equal to p plus LCM is 4, so 10 plus 4r is equal to 0. This is equation number 2. Now we equate both of them. What do we get? 4p plus 10r plus r is equal to p plus 10 plus 4r. Now 10 and 10 cancels here. What we have got here? 4p plus r is equal to p plus 4r. 4r. Now on both the sides we are having like terms, so this p comes here. What do we get? 3p is equal to 3r. 3 and 3 cancels, p is equal to r. Hence we have proved it, and these were few questions related to remainder and factor theorem. Hope you understood it very well. See you in the next video, and do not forget to subscribe for the channel. Thanks for watching.